Alright, so I'm going to actually make a video to talk about this. This is the GBS-8220. This is what we're using to take RGB from older consoles and get everything out at a better quality, since RGB, much cleaner signal than composite video that most everybody's familiar with for their old game consoles. This is what a SCART plug looks like. This is just a cheap, generic Chinese eBay one. This one's for the Super Nintendo. I've got the Genesis hooked up right now. So here is my plug. I just bought a SCART joiner and I ripped out one of the plugs. It's wired to a sync stripper right here to clean up the sync signal for the scaler, and we're getting audio from the SCART plug on a 3.5mm jack, just because that's what my TVs take for audio when you're using VGA. Here's the VGA output. Couple things about this board. It's pretty easy to use. You've got buttons over here to get into the menus and everything. This one changes the source input. Yeah, so easy to use menus. The one thing I had to do, I had to tweak it quite a bit. You can see there's pots behind the pin header that we have wired to our SCART cable here. I had to tweak those a fair amount. I was getting really dim video. They seem to be set at a pretty high resistance level by default. So I really had to bring those down quite a bit to get the level of video that I liked. One thing that most sites that have information about this board don't go into, the sync stripper here, it gives out a pretty strong high voltage signal that this board does not handle well. So the solution is to put 680 ohm resistors on the sync outputs that you get from that, and that kind of cleans it up. The Genesis handles it okay. The screen just sort of flickers every once in a while, but with the Super Nintendo, it really jars the image. So yeah, I ordered some resistors to address that. Right now we're hooked up to the Model 2 Genesis with my fake-ass Rocket Knight Adventures cart. I've got a 32X back there, but the 32X was having issues syncing. If it would actually lock onto the sync signal, then the top part of the image would be smeared. I'm not sure. I had noticed if I use composite video with the 32X, the top part would kind of judder. So I'm not sure if I need to replace a capacitor or what exactly is going on there. I'm going to have to look into that more on my own, but I mean, as it is, just taking it out of the Model 2 is fine, because you get the Sega CD output and everything, and so that works. My little workspace is kind of in a state of squalor since I've had this project going on, which happens. So here's the video here. I'm going to try and get it focused enough. We got nice sharp pixels here. This is Rocket Knight Adventures. Let's see. Hopefully it'll show the demo that has some dithering, so I can show you exactly what I mean by just how much cleaner the picture is from this. And I'm still kind of working on getting the contrast and everything correct on this. No scanline generator added yet. Yeah, we're not going to get the demo with the dithering here. I'll pick up the controller and start the game. Okay, so you can see in the background here, there's these pixels that sort of alternate colors. So that's what you call dithering. Dithering was something that a lot of Sega Genesis games did to make it look like they had more color. The point of dithering was that with your blurry ass composite video, See, there we go again. So on composite video, those pixels would blur together, and it would make it look like there are more colors there than there actually are. So you can see the RGB signal breaks everything out, and it's clean enough that you actually lose the dithering effect and get nice clean image on everything. Nice sharp pixels. Go up and show the top bar up here, because this thing gets wrecked on composite video. The Super Nintendo's output is not quite as sharp as this. You'll get blurring around some objects. I'm not sure if that's just the cheap cable that I got for it. I just got one of the $5 generic cables. They do sell, there's retro game consoles in eBay store, and they sell much more expensive cables. So I don't know, that might be one to look into for the Super Nintendo.